Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Want to thank you for stopping by the Jury by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video. And guess what? We'll talk. Well, hey family, happy Tuesday. This is Darlene stopping by real quick. You got to excuse the table because I've been like busy all morning. And I figured I would go ahead and turn the camera on. I was making some product for different websites. So those were pieces I didn't want to share. So I figured I would go ahead and turn the camera on because I am going to use some of the beautiful black and white glass beads that I got from Miss Teresa yesterday. And these beads, I am going to mix them with some of these colorful wood beads. I'm also going to mix them with some of these multicolored beads right here. Oh, and then I went ahead and made a focal bead. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bunch of focal beads that look like this. And I'm going to just make a full bracelet using all the focal beads that I make like this from these blue beads, right? And they do fit very comfortably on the wrist because I've made bracelets like this before. And as long as I use the thicker wire, which is the 16 gauge wire, they generally come out pretty good. So they're very sturdy, and you can see how it's wrapped. It's wrapped almost like a gift. So I have to, of course I could wrap it, you know, like wrap it, meaning the wire. I can wrap the wire around this way like this, and I can get it really, really nice and snug by taking the two ends of the wire that's wrapped around the piece and then twisting it really good. However, I do that, but then once I do that, I take the wire across each side, like what you see right here, leaving the hole exposed, right? So that I can actually bead the string or cord through it. And then once I do that, on the top up here is where you probably can't see it real good, but right here is where I wrap that wire around a couple of times. And I use a 16 millimeter cord because it's thicker and it's stronger than like the 20 or the 18 or anything. And when I'm making focals like this, I just need them to be nice and sturdy. And I don't want nothing falling apart or anything like that. So when I wrap it, especially on a smaller bead like this, it has to be with the 16 gauge wire, because the wire is really strong too. It's like really strong, and it's hard to, you got to be doing some real wicked stuff. And I be saying that you got to be doing some real wicked stuff to be breaking and tearing up wire. Okay, I don't know what you're doing, but got to be some crazy stuff going on. Okay, but this is gonna be our focal, and I was thinking I wanted to use a couple of the I gotta see if the hole is big enough right here. Where's my other pliers at? I have to use the scissors. I don't know what those other pliers are. I've been busy up in here just really doing some stuff. The hole is big enough maybe. Let's see. Because I was thinking I wanted to make sure this is the thick wire. It is. I wanted to do a charm. Oh yeah, but see the 16 gauge wire won't fit. It's too thick. I can use 18 gauge. Which one is this? I can use an 18 gauge. But let me see. Where's my pliers at? Hold on, let me find my pliers. I've been all over this workspace this morning, and I had tools all over the place. So it's like, okay, where's the pliers? So I'm thinking I wanted to use a couple of these hearts, and these are metal, and make a couple of charms, maybe one or two charms. And we'll just go ahead and, fold that down. And then this is what that's going to look like. And then we'll just wrap the wire around. Take our pliers and go ahead and straighten that up. And then take the wire around the bottom again. Bring it back up. And then I'm going to go ahead and clip it. And then I'm going to just, oh, I cut that real good right on top of it. And then we got this little part here. I can always just fold it down. And then this will give us a little heart charm. So if we want to use this, we will use that. If not, guess what? We just won't. But it's not like we don't have it to use. Put these all over here. And we are going to go ahead and get started. So we got our 1.5 millimeter cord. And this is our focal that we went ahead and made using one of the blue beads. And then we're just going to start. Let's find our hole. And I usually just leave the hole exposed. So I could just go ahead and put the, you can see how it just went right through. And you probably wonder, well, Darlene, how is that going to stay? It's going to stay because, do I have a piece of, okay, this is the thin wire. And I got a whole bunch of this, so I'm going to show you. So this is the bead. And you got to even it, fold the wire even like this. So this is what it's going to look like. And it's a little slippery sometimes, but then you just going to wrap the wire around the bead. And as you're wrapping the wire around the bead, now remember, I'll be using 16 gauge wire. And as you're wrapping it, you want to be pressing the wire as flat as you can get it. And then, oh, hopefully this is enough. So if I bring it across the top again, like to the top again, I'm going to take the two wires and cross them like that. And then I generally will twist them together. So you can see how that's twisted together. And I'm going to twist it together one more time like that. And that still will probably slip off. Now I can, when the wire is thicker, 16 gauge, I can twist this a couple more times and it'll tighten up like when you do a screw. It'll tighten up. However, for more security, because you know I'm all about security, I generally would take the wires like this. Okay. And this is coming off like this because I don't care. I'm going to take the wire off anyway because I'm not going to use this thin wire for this. So it's going to slide off. But if I was using the 16 gauge wire and I was making this tight, like if I'm screwing in a screw, it would be tight around here. It would literally be tight. But for reinforcement and for more security, we're going to take the wire and then we're going to bring it across the top. It's almost like wrapping a gift. And then when we bring it across the top this way, right, I'm going to take the two wires and I cross them again like that. And then I take them, and I'm usually using my pliers when I'm doing this, but this is thin wire. So when I do that, I've crossed them, and then I'll cross them one more time, like boom. Now I can start putting on, you could even put beads on, or a bead on this wire and on this wire before you twist it together. Then that way you got a bead here, you got a bead here. But now I'm going to start beading. I'll start putting the beads on and doing all that good stuff. And then by the time I'm beading, I could take the wire and wrap it. And then as I take it and wrap it, I'm just showing, I'm not going to do it because I don't need it. So I could do all this. And then by the time I finish all that, the ends of the wire are going to start to get, and I usually use these pliers, and I will usually take the end of the wire, depending on where it is, and then you can just roll it under wire. So you can see how it literally rolled right up under those two. And then I will pull the wire out like this, and then I'll wrap it again like that. And you can see how it came right through on the other side. And then you can just go ahead and finish wrapping it if you still got enough wire. And then just make sure you tuck the end of that wire under there. So then that is what happens. And this is, oops, this is what it ends up being like this. So if you're going to make any of these or try to make any of these, make sure you're using the 16 gauge wire and you're wrapping it almost like a gift. And even though you have the wire on the bottom like this, it's really smooth. Remember, because it's wire, it's really smooth and it fits very comfortably. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. It doesn't itch, any of that type of stuff. How do I know? Because I wear my own bracelets and I wear them many times to test out a lot of what I do. The brown bracelet, I think that was a brown bracelet I made the other day. I wore that on Sunday because there was the beginning of a gospel meeting. It's going on all this week. So I will probably wear a different bracelet like this one I'm making today. I will probably wear this one tonight when I go. So that brown one, I'll wear my stuff. So I wear it just to see how it holds up. Like I need to see for myself. I will wash my hands. I will put my hands under the water. I will let you don't do this, but I do this just to see what will happen, you know, just to test it out. And I am good for putting like little metal pieces and things like that. I'm good for putting clear, where's my clear fingernail polish? I am good for putting clear fingernail polish, a layer of clear fingernail polish on my metal pieces. Then that way, I just believe they last longer. Even like with the electroplate, I will put a clear polish, a clear covering even on electroplate using clear polish. But anyway, let's get to this. Because y'all definitely didn't come here for a sermon. But anyway, okay, this is the focal. And we are going to use some of our wood beads right here. And we're just going to go ahead and stack these. I think I'm going to go with 2. We will be using the wood beads. So we're going to do this. And this is how it's going to start out looking. And then we have our black and white glass beads. And we're going to go ahead and put these through. Already looks pretty with all the color and the black and white. Already. Look at that. Already just popping. Just already popping. And then we're going to go ahead and use a couple more. We're going to double them up. Put one. Go ahead and put let me use a different pink. We're going to use this pink. We're going to go ahead and put a blue on this side. And let's use one of these like ivory. That we will go ahead and grab another glass bead. That side. Put one on this side. Already, we liking what we're seeing. And I think we are going to go with these colorful beads right here. Already looks pretty. And then we are going to go with stack our wood beads again. Go ahead and put a red and a fuchsia together. And then that's what that's looking like. And then we're going to put another glass bead. Take another glass bead. Oh, I think I said I'm using 1.5 millimeter cord. That's what I'm using. And then that looks pretty already, but we need to put some more on here. So we're going to go ahead and stack it again. Maybe put an orange here. Put a purple here. And then I think we might need to put a big bead on the end. Let's see something. We could use a smaller bead, but y'all know me. So if I do this like this, I think I want to use a small bead. But I need a small bead with a hole. Maybe like this yellow bead. Let's see. Oh yeah, that made it worse, Lord. Well, good thing I got a nice big hole, a nice big tie. So we're going to go ahead and cut that. And then, oh yeah. So I didn't cut this all the way. See, don't be putting stuff on your hands before you be doing all this, because you see what happens. Slippery and you can't pull it like you need to. So we'll put that in there. And then, oh, I like this though, right? The colors and, oh yeah, that's beautiful. Look at that. That is gorgeous. And then we're going to put some, hold on a second. And remember, we just made this one yesterday. This, that's why I said yesterday in that video, you can, oh my Lord, look at that. If that is not a popping wrist, I don't know what is. If it's a person that enjoys wearing just loud, beautiful, very unique jewelry, this would be it. Oh my God, how long ago was that? What was the name of that catalog? There used to be a lot of catalogs. What's it called? Boston? Something artistic. Boston Artistic. But it was, and also people probably remember Franklin Mint. You probably remember Franklin Mint. But what was the name of it? Not artistic. Oh my God. But whatever that catalog was, they had some of the most different, unique pieces you would ever see. I ordered a leather crossbody painted bag out of that catalog. And I paid a nice little penny for it. I'm not going to tell you how much. But it was worth it because it was very unique. And it was the way that the leather, it was nice soft leather. And the flap on it flapped over. And it was a way that it was cut. It was cut like the face. And it was like an African type print of a female, right? So the way that the flap was cut, it was the face, but it was painted. And then the other part of the purse, the bottom part of the purse, went in, like they finished the whole painting at the bottom. So they painted the face and then whatever else needed to be painted. If I tell you I wore that thing with everything, I mean, like, because it was so different. It was so different. It was very unique. It was unlike anything you saw. And I was just like, wow. I can't tell you to this day what happened to that purse. I don't know if the strap broke on it. I don't know if, I just don't know. I don't know if I found another purse and it took the place of that one because I had to do a pic, because it was a crossbody. And it was a crossbody, and what would fit in it was like maybe my phone, some lotion, tube of lotion, my keys, my cards like in the sense of my bank cards or credit cards and stuff like that, but not like a whole lot of extra stuff. But it was just enough bag for that type of stuff. And I don't know what happened if I had to switch bags, and I just don't know what happened to the bag. I really don't. But I said all that to say that those type of items, anything that are very unique and different, people appreciate that type of stuff because they can't find it everywhere. And when I look at this set, not even a set, I've been made this a set, right? And when I look at this, you know what? I think I am going to make this a set because I'm going to put a bunch of charms on this one. And remember, anything I do and the way I make my jewelry, it is not law. It is literally me just showing you what I make, just for jewelry making ideas and, just some little techniques that I'll be using. But if you find a more sensible way to be doing things, by all means, do what you do. Because what I do is not law. It's just the way that I do it. Because if you notice, I don't use the tool that makes the bell at the top of anything or the loop on anything. I just happen to like the way that handmade looks when I twist that wire over, fold it over and start wrapping the wire. I just love the way that looks. To me, it just looks so handmade. It looks, but that's just me. But if you like using the tool, that makes that perfect circle on your earrings at the bottom of something, by all means do that. That is your creative energy and your creative mind suggesting to you, what to do and how to create your pieces, which makes them basically like your own. It's like you're coming up with your own way to do things. So mine, when I started the channel, was really just to give people jewelry making ideas. Because I know when I was trying to find like just something that would trigger your thought, it's like, okay, well, I want to make this or I want to make that. I almost had to just I didn't trip up on it because I know the Holy Spirit gave it to me. And, the Holy Spirit was like, well, no, that's probably why I couldn't find anything, because the Holy Spirit was saying, no, I want you to find your own rhythm. I want you to tap into what I am communicating to you. And that's what I had to do. That's what I had to do. That is exactly what I had to do. Let's put some more charms on here. I'm gonna grab a couple up out of here. And it might take a minute or two for you to find your rhythm, and then just kind of find, because I know a lot of people are saying that they're new at jewelry making or even like wiring or whatever, and it takes a little bit of time. It ain't, just take your time and play with it. Just have fun. The whole thing is have fun with it. If it don't look right, take it apart, redo it. And if you notice, sometime I won't even finish like a necklace or something because I don't like it. And I could look at it. Sometime I'll make a piece and I'll just leave it sitting on the display, and I'll be like, okay, well, and I happen to look at it a certain way, and I'll be like, I still don't like that. Right? And I will end up taking it apart and then doing something else with it. And that happens, more than you think. Because it's something about like your creative mind. It tells you, and it shows you. It says, I don't like that. It's almost like a child saying, Mommy, my tummy hurt. Mommy, can I have water? Mommy, I need to use the bathroom. You have to listen. You can't tune them out. Now, when they get a certain age, like teenagers and stuff, we can tune them out, but not all the way tune them out. But, that's how our creative mind works. It's almost like a child talking to us and saying what it wants. And we just got to listen. And sometimes it takes a minute, to hear the voice, the creative voice. And that's okay. Especially if you're just starting, that's okay. You'll find your place. Just keep doing it. Don't stop doing it, especially if it's something that you enjoy doing. We're going to put this, we made a charm, so we're going to go ahead and use it. Just keep doing it. You'll find your place. If you want to use big beads, if you want to use the small beads, if you want to use crystals, amethyst, whatever it is, you'll figure it out. Just keep doing it. Okay, and then we're going to put one more. Do I have another one just laying up here somewhere? Yep, I do, right here. Actually, I need 3 more. Put that one there. And this is getting ready to be a set. I hadn't even planned on it being that, right? But you see what happened once I put it together. You see how beautiful it looks together. Do I got another charm up here I could use? There's so much stuff up here. And I generally will leave everything up here because when I start to put it up, chances are I'm not going to end up using it. Because I don't see it. It's like I have to see it in order for me to use it. If I don't see it, I'm not going to even go looking for it. So I kind of just keep these like all around up here. Like, okay, if I want to use this one, I'm going to leave it right here somewhere. But that even don't always work. All right, so we're going to close these off good. Like that. And we basically ended up with a set. Tell me about it, right? Tell me all about it, why don't you? Okay. So we are going to put this one on. Tell me all about it. Why don't you? Holla at you, girl. My Lord. My Lord. My Lord. Ooh, that is the nastiness of it all. Just the nastiness of it all. Lord, have mercy. Look at that. That is just nasty. See, this is the type of set when you go to, even if you go to service and you one of the ladies that like to dress up and put your hat on with your matching purse and your shoes got to be matching and all that good stuff. Or if you're one of them people that, if you're a part of a sorority and you guys have your different events and you go to these big galas and just all these big fancy formal type events. See, this is the type of stuff right here. This will pop off any type of outfit. You can have on a dress where it is all business in the front and it ain't nothing but a party in the back. And I guarantee you, these bracelets right here. No. These right here. Here. You see these right here? These are showstoppers. These gonna stop, the whole room just gonna stop rotating when you walk in with these. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about right here. Now, this is going to be a whole set. And I wasn't even meaning for this to come out being a set, but this is going to be a whole set. And I think what I'm getting ready to do, yes, I am. I'm getting ready to make more of these. I'm going to change the beads right here. These beads right here, I'm getting ready to make more focals. And like I said earlier, I am going to probably wrap all of these and wrap them all. So I'm going to wrap a bunch of them and then probably use enough of them because I can see these right here around a whole bracelet. So if I use like maybe 4 of these and then all the beads on them be like really different, but it goes all the way around the bracelet, I could see that being something. And then making, oh, but you know what? I got another one up here. Oh, right here. So this is one that I put together. I really don't like the way this one came out, but it's still, I think I need to put something on the edge right here, maybe like a little bead or something that's really thin. But I can see this too as another focal and then just kind of surrounding it with maybe more of these focal beads right here. So video coming, but anyway, Darlene Knight for Jewelry by BDK, and this was our goodie for today. So this is the one we made today, and we made it using those black and white beads that we got from Miss Teresa. Miss Teresa always sent us really beautiful beads. She always sent us good stuff. So we used those today, those black and white ones. And then remember, this bracelet we made yesterday. But we are going to take these 2 bracelets and we are going to make these an absolute set. And that's what we're going to do. So when you look at them, you could just see the jazziness of it, just the funkiness of it for real. Right? So we got 2 beautiful bracelets right here. But anyway, Darlene Knight for Jewelry by BDK. And guess what? We'll talk.